Dan, you're asking about the Comtensor stuff, right?
Um, Sorry, I don't remember. Content?
Comtensor,
Oh,
the thing
content.
where you
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
was like,
sorry.
oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, we had a few people working on that. We've actually connected probably most, I think, 20 subnets. We just need to run it through a validator, and so Roundtable will like there's a few validators that I can contact. And so yeah, like once we do that, we can like have it up. But we're pretty it's pretty interesting. I think we should have it back up. We just have a lot of projects going at once, so it's easy to lose track, and people have personal issues sometimes. But it's pretty much in its MVP stage, post MVP stage, I would say. We just need to put it out.
Yeah, that's cool. The only reason I asked is that I suddenly remembered that some people on Twitter were like promoting it, you know,
Yeah,
and I was wondering what happened to it, and then the website was down, and
yeah,
so it looked like it was abandoned, and yeah,
seems that way, does it?
that's
Yeah,
probably what other
yeah.
people
No,
also.
it mm, yeah, no, we're not the greatest at marketing, but that probably tells us that we're honest, right? We're like we're not trying to sell like we're just building, and what we're trying to do is this thing I'm working with called ComHub, uh, and basically we're trying to connect all the applications that are on Commune, BitTensor, Hugging Face, like all basically anywhere we can find, and then essentially have like a one-stop shop for like all the digital commodities without having to like figure out authentication because each digital commodity you have to like authenticate with. And so I think a good browser would be a browser that doesn't involve re-identifying yourself. Kind of similar to how Google does it, but this is more seamless. This is basically using a key that you would have. And I think it'd be nice to have like delegation keys where you can delegate like a cold key, like the power of a cold key, to like another key, then essentially go out and use that cold key. Yeah, does that make sense? Oh, oh, on record. Oh yeah, but yeah, Scraper, you're in the call. Um, so you wanna show anything or present anything? I can just show some of the stuff I'm working on. Um, like if I can, let's see. Yeah, I kind of want it to be pretty informal, so I'm gonna try to do this every day where I'm just like fucking around. So, I guess can we add music to this too? Is it possible? We could have like recordings or something, recording sessions. Like I'll record like a bit, and then like just me like coding or like people asking questions. I think it's good to have like that as like educational um stuff. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna hold around. So let's see. I'm gonna start my screen. Um, y'all see my screen? And
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, we can see it.
so uh yeah. Is this being recorded? I think it's yeah, it'd be cool if I do this regularly, like maybe once like every day, just like fuck around, or at least show what I'm doing. Like, you know, have like a tutorial each day, and then getting that on a regular schedule. And if no one's in here, then we just record it and then present it online or something. Um, yeah, I think that would be good for educational purposes. Yeah, let's see. Hit servers. Do an app. Phone. App. Server. Yeah. So we do this, and then we want to update something. We want to update here. So the apps. We want to update the server. Okay. So we want to update the namespace. And then it's already update. So for those of you that don't know, so this is basically just going to be like a simple management server. So we do like okay, that should work. All right, we go to our app. Network is not defined, so we had to find that. So we solve that network. And then we do, okay, so we have these networks here. What we want to do is update button and update. Yes, there we go. So now we do 12 plot, which is on the other option. Yeah. And we just call it set network. And then the network.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, we just. Oh yeah, what's up?
What's going on, fam? How you been, brother?
Too bad. Just coding now.
Just what?
Coding.
My
Yeah,
man.
just yeah. How have you been?
All right, I'll mute myself. I thought this might have been a thing.
Oh what? Sorry.
I just thought this might have been like an announcement or like some sort of updates here.
Oh.
So I thought I'd join. All
Um.
good.
Yeah. No. If we make a announcement, we'll just usually do it on the channel. Well, yeah. There's lots of announcements coming. Um. Like lots of updates. Uh. Like I can see if we can push them through in terms of announcing them. I think it's good to announce the timeline. Uh. But for those of you like, basically, we want to do the restaking bridge. We want to essentially take Comstats out of the picture in a way. Sorry, not Comstats. No, they're good. They're the good guys. Comstat. um, we don't think like we kind of want to like phase them out, and someone's building a liquid staking liquidity pool to essentially just like replace their centralized pool. um, and yeah, that's kind of like one of our like that's one plan. So we have that's one direction, one project that's happening. It's a liquid staking wrap token that is going to be fully open source. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's open source, but at least it's trusted. The liquidity pool that Comstat is using is the bridge that they're using is essentially locking commune-ai to then vote for themselves, and that's been really hurting the project because a lot of the cells that we've tracked, not from us, not from the devs, it's like we know that we're pretty heavily undervalued compared to the tech that we have. But like basically we've tracked a lot of them from like Market Compass, and they're the largest stake subnet, and they're the one that Comstat is supporting. So you know, if it talks like a dog, walks like a dog, it's probably a dog. So yeah, we want to essentially phase them out. Um, and they will probably phase themselves out probably too. I think like they've helped us out tremendously during like the initial parts, but I think we've noticed their greedy tendencies over not just their greed, but their greed that at the detriment of the project, and so their selfishness is essentially preventing other projects from being supported. And yeah, like we basically want them to essentially not participate if they're not going to have the ethos of like open source and like, you know, being open and not being a dick or being like, you know, not being too greedy. Um, like that's not what we want. We want a fair system. Like ideally, we just want a system that's fair. Like I don't care if it's centralized or decentralized. To be honest, I just care about if it's fair. Like you're gonna have decentralized systems that are unfair, and I feel like fairness should be the ultimate goal, and then decentralization. Decentralization shouldn't be the first goal, although it is, I think, a key route for true fairness for it to not be corrupted. Like, but I don't know. I think we're going down that path, and we're in a very unique path of being the first, like one of the first. From what I can call us, not backed by any like you know large hedgies. You know, whereas all the protocols, including BitTensor, is like you know you see all these hedge fund managers that are pushing this message, and because they have something to gain to it, right? They get in early, they have some like backdoor deals, and that happens everywhere too, to be fair. But we're pretty community driven, and we have a DAO, a fully governed DAO. We have a like multi-sig that approves applications, which I think is pretty unique for like just general curation. And I think we should perhaps create a protocol and standard for other people to help and use and make their own curation mechanisms or incentive mechanisms. So we're the pioneers for a lot of things, I think. But I think in terms of price, right? It's like some people who like one of our issues is that we need to uh, have more, I would say, like incentives for people that engage. Like, and I think they should have a higher incentive for people who engage honestly and or like not too early, but like earlier than other people. So like, you know, giving maybe like if I'm like a validator and if I'm voting for something, if I find something that's useful early before everyone else and everyone else finds it early, like useful after like later on, I should be like I think I as an early user should have a higher reward for finding those early use utilities. And so we want to just be kind of like a DAO that searches for like cool utilities, but not just like us as a DAO, but anyone that can like propose something or take something that's open source and say, hey, let's just integrate this. Yeah, and it'll be pretty clear. It'll be pretty clear. Like we're gonna have like a website called like I'm helping with ComHub. So let's see if ComHub's actually out. ComHub. Yeah, it's this guy.
That all sounds lovely, man. And what I've also heard from people like Luca was that a great opportunity would be to attract more devs and talented devs. And when the time comes to strategize about how to communicate to that audience and bring them on, I think that all of the crypto natives will kind of just come organically. I know that there's just like line where a lot of people who can add value to the chain are anti-crypto. They're not about making that buck, which is a good thing. And when the time is right, I'd love to chop it up with anyone in the community about how to go about onboarding and attracting the talent that's going to build this chain.
Yeah, I honestly I think so too. I honestly like it's we need to obviously have talent. I think it should come organically. One of the issues that I did, well, this wasn't like something that I would have known, but I think I gave out grants too loosely. And I ended up realizing that this created a system where people that are very greedy come to the community and expect grants by copying other people's code. Or they would do the code, but then like, you know, it would be not fully working. it just shows me that like I'm willing to work at cost, and I can basically work almost for free. In terms of like I can do something in like an hour or 2 hours very quickly. And so like I don't know, like I just felt like the bounties were also very distracting, and I need to focus directly on the protocol. And I should have done well. Now I'm going to be focused strictly on the protocol, and if any bounties are accepted, they have to be accepted through the protocol. Like so, if before there was an independent, it was kind of independent. So like the bounties were kind of separate from the protocol, um, and I think that was something that we've obviously have a more established thing now for like the DAO, the curation. Um, but before it was separate, and so I feel like it drew me thin to focus all on the protocol, which led to me perhaps like making certain decisions earlier in the stages. But that's okay because I've learned from those mistakes. And yeah, I'm like
Yeah, how
I kind
dare
of
you
know
not
where.
navigate perfectly? It's official. You're
Yeah.
human, and you know what? I know for me I know there's an echo, guys. I know for me that I'm really grateful for all of the lessons that I learned because
Mhm.
the successes are too easy to be grateful for.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No. I think we just need to like continue going, like just pushing through it. I think definitely people like the way I see it, like communities grow in ebbs and flows. Like everything grows in ebbs and flows. So like I think right now we're in an ebb, but then we go into a flow, and then we go into an ebb and then flow. And so me being in like communities early, like this is the second community that I've seen explode in my lifetime, like while I was in it. Which is crazy because the first one was like Rich Answer when it was like less than 1,000 people, and the second one's now. And both of them I see ebbs and flows. Like there are times of like uncertainty, and then there are times of like okay, like euphoria. And so I just kind of like look at the long term and see okay, am I flowing in the long term? Anything in between, I'll try to write out. And so that's kind of how I'm rational, and I think it's a good way to think long term. Yeah, but yeah, I would say every future contribution will be like if you make a PR and if you're a bounty person, um, like then yeah, like you can I'm voice channel, so yeah, um, then you can definitely like I think get tokens from the treasury and from subnet zero. Um, like I think that will be really interesting. Subnet zero will be basically powering the bounty system. Because I'm not going to be bootstrapping it myself anymore. We need to direct the incentives to proper mechanisms so that we could just like fuck shit up in different industries. So I'm just focusing on like creating subnets, applications, making commune like a lot more stable. And I think every day I want to do like tutorials and just like talk about like the protocol at least for 30 minutes to an hour, just to kind of like you know give people a chance to talk to me and see if we're engaged. Yeah, but yeah. All right, I want to continue going. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying that's dope. I mean, connecting with community and letting them know what's going on, especially for a guy like me who's a layman. Like, there's something about voting in the general chat, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm down, but I don't know how to go about that process, right? So some of that stuff might be uh, valuable to. Like, Horny does an awesome job, no question. So yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of opportunity for him to create videos to share with people like me how to go about using their voice uh, to push things
Mhm.
forward.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely pretty good. Like I think we are like definitely community driven. Like we're pretty foundational. So like I think the long term, like we've hit several layers of like success. So it's like even if we downgrade a layer, that's cool. But we're gonna continue like growing and improving. So and I think I want to investigate more into like marketing. I feel like I've been a little restricted because like I can't, or I've been like told not to say certain tweets, and but I feel like, and I understand like could be radical, but I think it's that radical nature that people want, and they don't want this like corporate kind of like oh yeah, like we're like it's just like I don't want that corporate stuff. I don't think people want that. I think the future of Web3 should not be corporate, and it is current, and not so many people are saying that because they're all in a corporate state, but Commune is probably one of the first non-corporate chains out there. There's very few of them. I would say Bitcoin is one of them. It's not a corporate chain. Ethereum maybe. It's decentralized enough for it not to be a corporate chain. Everything else is most likely a corporate chain in that they're funded by like VCs, propped up here and there, but like, not decentralized. Like we're not decentralized, but I think we want to be like honest with the people and just like not have to sound like, we're at desk jobs, I don't want people, I think AI will make us forget desk jobs, hopefully. Or like that, that just like, that corporate angst. Hey, Billy, how was your evening? Like, something like that. But anyways, I want to continue working on burning through here. So okay, what I just did, I just deployed a Streamlit server. So I actually want to go through some of like thing I was working on. So I'm like basically I want to create a new model. So I'm gonna do like new module AGI. I want to give it. I'll do AGI one. Yeah. So AGI. Let's see if it's there. Okay. So let's see. Oh, I know. I have this new invalid syntax. All right. So AGI one. That's supposed to use a period there. There we go. So now, this is what I do. I'm like, okay, we got AGI one. This was a bit broken here. Was that the reason why that's the case is because if I do AGI dot, like it was because it doesn't do the flashes. But if I do new module AGI dot two, then it does AGI two, and then I can go to two, and then AGI dot two. Called the code function. So right now it's to call b equals 10. All right, cool. So in this case, I'm calling the function on this right here. This right now assumes that that I'm like basically okay, like I'm basically have these two functions here in it, and this and it is just this is just like to initialize the module, right? In fact, let me see if this even works. I'm pretty sure this should work too. No, it doesn't work. You need that. Yeah, I want to try and make that happen. Yeah, basically you got that module there. I kind of want to make this like really Python. Like right now I just require this and this, but I kind of just want to like do this or like not even require this and just parse out all this. So if I do like AGI two, and then I do like I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. You know, so let's see. Find classes. Yeah. AGI too. Yeah, so these are some interesting functions. Interesting. Very weird. Oh, is this because it requires this? Yeah, I'm always in these rabbit holes. No, I could do like stuff like get text. This might be boring for many of you, but it's important. It's like fundamentals. But it's like, I can get text, I can put stuff. Like I have the storage module here. We can launch it. Serve, storage, whatever. If you want to call a certain name or give it a tag, if you want to deploy a fleet of them, serve, yeah, maybe this works. Storage n equals 10. No, it didn't work. I think fleet. Yeah, so if I want to call them, let's see, we want to run epoch. We want to do valley, run epoch, and then, yeah, I think network equals local. Nice. So it seems like they all pass. Let's make this a data frame. Yeah, so I have some like things like CDF that basically converts this. So it's the equivalent of this, the data frame or whatever, but it doesn't involve like it imports it within. So if I want to see it's just that, right? Um, so yeah, I'm just importing that. Yeah, lots of cool tricks. Even I forget and I re-remember.
Let's see.
But
Okay, fam, I think your IDE is not on, or it's not on screen at the moment. If you're trying to show what you were coding.
oh, it's not. Oh, was
No.
it? It wasn't on screen.
Nope.
Bro, actually, okay. That's why did. Okay, I think I know why.
Just
My
Discord
bad.
things.
Yeah, that's you're right. Yeah, it wasn't the entire screen. Yeah. Sorry. I was. Let me. Okay. Let me go.
There we go.
Let me just. Yeah.
Now we're in business.
Okay. So I want to create a new module called AGI. I don't know. AGI. Let's call it AGI. I don't know, fan or something. And then I go to AGI, and then I search these. I just like do okay. This when I did this, it created the folder. Fix that. So basically, what happens here is I could like what's happening when I'm like doing this. It's like I'm calling a module. AGI is a module. Let's see if we have it. We don't have that module, or like you can do module exists and then AGI, and then oh, so it's true. So I can do module AGI. Oh, I think what happened. Am I in the? No, whatever. So okay, I have these storage servers here. Let me just rate this out. So I want to create an app. It's set network. Oh yeah, I'm still fixing this. Yeah, I'm literally debugging in the. That's the point of this. I'm just trying to debug. So we want to do set network. Mm, object.interval. Oh yeah. Looking at network. What do you want? What? We don't have some network. servers equals list of the namespace keys. Awesome. Keys. Because this namespace is basically the name to the address. So if you want like the addresses, server addresses or something, I can call server names, fuck it. No, fuck it, it's just servers. So that should work. I should fix that. In it. Yeah, so I just do this. There's I'm just gonna redo this. Um. Wow. Interesting. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's probably why. Mm, mm, there we go. That should work. Smiling. Take method. Yeah, the module. Fucking modules. The fucking modules. So modules, I think there's a good thing to there's servers and modules. Okay, so servers are just HTTP. They're just HTTP servers or WebSocket servers that are that no, they're just APIs. Think of the APIs. API that wraps over a module. So if we do like fan this, right? When I serve AGI fan, and then we do like serve or something. So it's running somewhere, right? It's running here. We got do there. All right. So let's call it. Let's call this call AGI fan and then call to I don't know 10 or something. All right, cool. It's given the arguments 10. The address came from here. The timestamp was here. Function I called was this. The result was 11. Because it's that, right? Now, what if I wanted to call an attribute? So I could just do that, and it should get me that. Now, if I want to whitelist stuff, maybe if I have, let's say, call black on this, and then I can do whitelist equals call to. And I'll only let people call, like anyone that's not an administrator will call like, the admin is essentially there's one key, each key. It's essentially the key, like it's basically the module key. So it's basically, yeah, it's just that. That's my admin key, and you can add admin keys. So like I add admin, and then you can add like the address here. So if I have like another add, I'll give, you know, free value or something, or get free. Yeah, so I can add this as an admin key. Add admin. If I don't like that, and I can do admins. And so now we got this one and this one. And so if you got like buddies and stuff, and if you have like someone that you trust, like let's say we're both working on this, and like let's say this function you need to call remotely, then I can just add you as an admin to this module, and then like basically you could essentially call it. And so right now we want to create like a dashboard for all this, like starting with like Streamlit, moving on to Next.js and stuff. But yeah, like basically, you know, what else does this module have? So this module is running right now. So if I do servers, okay, there's AGI fans running. I can kill it, AGI fan, and then yeah, kill the process. I could even have the process kill itself by like do like so if I serve AGI. And let's see. So if I could literally call AGI fam command C kill AGI fam, and it will call the command. Oh, no, that didn't work. Never mind. That was let's see. Oh, that didn't work. Do that. Hold on. So we basically just have PM2 running in the backend. So we've got all these processes here. And then some servers, not all of them are servers. So if you want to like, never sure if it's not like synced, you can always update the namespace. And so, oh, I spelled that wrong. So, okay. And then run epoch to basically just like validate it. So yeah, basically this is just a validator that you can use. Let's see again. Yeah, so these are all the responses. They all got the weight, the score, the count. You can add latency. Actually, I like to see latency. Wow. Latency. Yeah, so they all took this long. You can basically query the network, and then see which are the fastest and which do your task, and then that can literally find you the working endpoints in real time. You can do that yourself if you don't trust other validators. You can be like, okay, who's actually going to do this? And so with store, let's create a storage validator actually. So for storage, and then we want their value. Yeah, we actually have one. So let's create a support function. Yeah, so we can try this actually. Let's see if this works. So this will just run storage. Like when I say remote is 0, it just runs storage. Oh no, I did the wrong network. Network equals local. So I'm scanning the local network, and then it is Oh, it seems like it's doing. So now, while that's running, let me see. George Valley. Nice. So all those endpoints seem to have done this. So we put a value. We have a key. It's in test storage. We put a value, we get a value, and yeah, that's basically it. And so this allows for essentially anyone to host a storage node. Like, so these are all local, but right now this validator just querying each of these, and we can have these as like different IPs. And this is all off chain, by the way. This is not using a blockchain. And we want to essentially make this as agnostic as possible. So anyone can make their own incentive mechanism. And this will be compatible with Commune, will be compatible with BitSensor, will be compatible with basically any voting system. So let's actually, are there any questions? Is anyone still in the channel? Hey, Scraper, can you stop messaging me and just talk? Like, you can ask me here. It's easier for me to understand because I can show you how to validate. You can tell me what you want to do. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so while that's working, I'll try that server app again. Yeah, all right, it works. So basically, this allows you to deploy a bunch of servers. So I can like number of servers, I can do 10 or something, change the name of it. I don't know. It's gonna like, and then I can just deploy it. It's gonna deploy 10 servers. So the now I want to make this look a little nicer. Um, so let's put this side by side. Let's see. Who's oh yeah, will be in the narrative. Over to yeah. So I was reading some of the stuff. Yeah, we got some people from the Polkadot ecosystem here, some Koi, multi-chain. Like we got a lot of connections we're about to flex in the next few weeks, hopefully. Obviously, not sure exactly when we want to announce, but we got lots of kind of like I feel like I've been too much in the tech world, so like I need to start in marketing. Uh, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's good for the protocol to market, but I just don't like the nature of what it's doing and stuff. Not my vibe really, but But I could wear different hats. Um, yeah. Anyone have any questions? Please do. Anyone have any questions? No? Okay, I want to take this out. This is kind of like unnecessary. So we do app. So how do we search this? There's a lot of modules here, right? So I use mainly Control Command P, and then I want to find server app, and I do that, and then I'm here. And so yeah, like something with name resolution. I think we're trying to make it more agnostic to Python. So like instead of saying the server name, you can like specify the Python path, and based on where the Python path is going to be the module name. And I guess we're also maybe going to resolve like, okay, what if you have multiple Python objects in the same file? Maybe there should be some name resolution there as well. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, we could probably figure something out there. I think we could if we basically if I can like wrap the token around a module, then it should be fine. But I'm not sure. Like we'll see what happens. Um, like or not then wrap the function as a like the function is an object. So like the class would be pretty straightforward. But the function is like if I want to import a function, then I have to figure it out. Okay, so you want to deploy server third module. So I just want to fucking take this out. Yeah, this is like let's do that again. There we go. Yep. Yep. And we've deployed 10 modules. Let's make this faster. Let's make this faster. Then insert. Ooh, I know. I know what to do. So we can do. So I'm gonna create a future. Future. Now this how you have to import anything else. I'm just using like this is just using threading. But we'll do future to name. This is I know this is kind of weird, but it's kind of briefly what I'm like this. Or we could even yeah, okay. I could try this. I could try to set this attribute. The attribute future. Could do that. Let's see if that works. And then for and then we do for and then you want to probably have a timeout. The timeouts of these track. Let's look at the timeouts. And we will why what is it? What timeouts? There we go. So let's add this. We got the timeout right there. And now we want to have a timeout on the future and a timeout when we collect the futures. Because there's some weird stuff where if you have a smaller timeout in the future and then not when you collect them, you will experience that as a timeout. So we will do the result and we will do a spinner. We'll get the future name, so server name. Yeah. Results. And then this ST spinner. I like these spinners. There's a checkpoint. Check mark. Mm, if- no, we don't need spares. We can do standards. Failed, and then let's see what it guesses. Why can't probably because this is fucking boring. Let's do it. Oh, get all this. It's killing everything. Oh, let's see. Okay, nice. Right. All right. So we want to send. You know what? We'll have a message. This will range spinners of 20. Just pick out these spinners. No, what the fuck is this? Commune-ai. It's not weird. This is in play. So I think it's circles. Go ahead, go fix that. Yeah. All right. So you have to deploy. Let's deploy a bunch. So, I want to refocus. There you go. So now we want to call the info. Nice. Got that. Now what do we also want to call? Want to call the whitelist? Ooh, no whitelist. Let's call forward. Forward. And what is 2 plus 2? There. All right. We got the network here. Cool. All right. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna add these changes to GitHub. If you want to test it out, basically, I'm gonna post your environment actually. Oh no, this one I'm not actually in. Well, cheated. But I have actually a poetry shell. If you want to do shell in the environment, you could do that. The path, sure. And yeah. Now we want to test this. We want to get the changes, save all the changes. Okay, let's save fan 2. Just delete all these AGI stuff. Do that, and then test. So what it's doing, it's just testing all the core modules. Yeah, it's this. But each of these have test functions, so you can go to respective. If you want to know where a module is, we'll do, or we can do the module name. We'll see Valley fall path. Yeah, it's just there. Want to the code? It's code. And the schema of it, the inputs and outputs. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it right now. Tomorrow I'll probably go more into like the threads and briefing stuff. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. But thanks for joining, and yeah, sure. Peace. Yo. All right, take care, guys. Peace. All right. See you tomorrow. I'll do this every. I'm gonna be doing this every 1 o'clock. Might do some clear spaces too. But basically, yeah, it's just gonna be like fucking around basically. Mostly. All right, take care. Bye.